This lesson is going to go through inequalities and word problems. We're going to translate scenarios into inequalities and solve them. So the first one here, Nathan has lost his mother's favorite necklace. So he's going to rent a metal detector to try to find it. A rental company charges a one-time rental fee of $15 plus $2 per hour to rent the metal detector. Nathan has only $35 to spend. What is the maximum amount of time he can rent the metal detector for? So we are going to need to define what our variable is. I always say look at the question, whatever the question's asking, that's your unknown. So our unknown is the time, the number of hours. So we're going to let x equal the number of hours. And then we're going to come back here and we're going to see that it's $15 plus $2 per hour. So that's 2 times my number of hours. Now he only has $35 to spend, so we need to figure out what inequality symbol we can have here. Can he spend exactly $35? Yes, so we know it's going to be equal to, but he can't spend more than that. So whatever he spends, this right here is what he spends, it's going to have to be less than or equal to 35 because that's all he has. Now we can go ahead and solve this. I'm going to subtract 15 from both sides of my equation. That's going to give me 2x is less than or equal to 20. Divide both sides by 2 and we get x is less than or equal to 10. Now remember, this x means the number of hours. So we can, graph it, closed circle, shade to the left. Now what I say, whenever the question is in words, you have to give your answer in words. So we're going to give our answer in a complete sentence. And to figure out what that sentence is going to be, we can go back to the question. What is the maximum amount of time he can rent the metal detector? So we can say Nathan can rent the metal detector and I use the words that were in the question for a maximum of 10 hours. The area of a rectangular shaped garden can be no more than 64 square feet. If the length of the garden is 16 feet, what could be the measure of the width of the garden? So again, we're going to have to define our variable. And our variable is going to be the unknown. So we're going to let x equal the width of the garden. Whenever we're talking about perimeter or area, I think it is important to make a sketch of what we are doing here. So if we know the length is going to be 16 feet, the width is going to be our x, and we're going to use that to set up our equation. So area of the rectangular shape, area is going to equal length times width. So our length is 16, our width is unknown. It can be no more than 64 square feet. So no more than, it has to be less than or equal to. So from here, I'm going to divide both sides of my inequality by 16. And I'm going to get 4. So we know that our width, if we wanted to graph this here, has to be less than or equal to 4. And because this question was given to us in words, we need to write an answer in words. We're going to go back to the question, what could the measure of the width of the garden be? The garden can be no more than 4